to swing dancing? Do you think, because that's, I don't know.
You know, it's so, you know, what draws a person to swing dancing is such an interesting question. And, you know, that accident that I had was not the first time I almost died or was at death's door. It was about the 9th time in my life. Yeah. So I've had some pretty intense things. I did this like rescue operation in Ethiopia where there was a rifle at my head cocked, you know, where I was very close to death's door. There was that. I've been in the hospital many times before. I like to say I'm the healthiest sick person you'll ever meet. So this positive attitude I get to just keep pushing through these things, where it comes from, I think it's always a big question for me, but I actually think a lot of it came from my upbringing. I'm Jewish, and in the Jewish community I was raised, there was a big, and growing up when I did too, the movement of being involved in your society and trying to help to make it a better place. And that's a big part of my Jewish upbringing, the cultural Jewish upbringing, about repairing the world. It's a big, repairing the world, tikkun olam in Hebrew. Repairing the world is just a major foundation of Judaism and your job as a person. And one of my favorite sayings is from the Pirkei Avot, which is an old teachings, and it basically says, it's not your duty to finish the task, but neither art thou free to desist from it. So meaning, well, you don't have to fix the world. Maybe it's hard to fix the whole world, but you still have to do something. And so I've always been motivated and propelled in that. That's always been my MO, always. So even with swing dancing, I don't just do it because it's fun to dance. I do it because of what I see it does for people. What it does for me, I know what it does for me, and I know what it does for other people. It builds a community. It makes the world a better place. It really does. And I've spent most of my life trying to make this world a better place. And the neat thing is that I can use the swing dancing for that purpose too. I have a group of students since 2000 who are the philanthropic arm. It's called Lindy by the Heart. You know, my school is called Lindy by the Sea, and it's called Lindy by the Heart. And we do good deeds. We're doing a USO fundraiser at my club next Friday. And we've raised money for dancers in need, like when Pops, the singer from Stompy Jones, when he needed help, man, I just stepped forward and started organizing to help him. But I like to think it was, you know, okay, so I stepped forward, but big deal. All I did was I was the big facilitator. Everybody on the swing dancing wants to help. All I had to do was say, okay, here's how you can do it. I've set it up. Here's the website. That's all you have to do. Here's the event you can come to. And that was all I had to do. Everybody else did the giving and participating. So, yeah, that's great about our scene.
I was going to ask you actually about the Pops thing. And also about specifically like the different generations.
Oh, yeah.
Where like we take care of our own. Yeah. Well, obviously we take care of our own if it's somebody who's our generation when we were sick. But, you know, for the most part, you know, it's when spouses die or some Pops is sick and no insurance or whatever. It seems to me that in general, in Western culture, older generations are really discarded and ignored, which is maybe worse than anything. But in the swing scene, they're revered.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
And how we kind of come together for that and how it all exists?
You know, one of the things that to me is really interesting about the arts and dancing in my experience, and it crosses over tap and swing, is that unlike in American culture where oftentimes elderly people are just discarded and not listened to, not having any worth anymore in our culture, but in these dance world, and I'm sure it's same in the music world too, older people are revered. They have a lifetime of experience. And that should be the case across the board. But dancers know it, and they appreciate it, and they embrace these old timers and want to spend time with them. They know the time is limited with them. So you don't wait to do the workshop with Jean Velos, who's 88. You do the workshop with, you don't make your job, I'll do the next one she does. I'll do Frankie Manning's next workshop. You know, no, you do it now. And we understand that. We get it. Because these people are precious. They bring to us the history of what we love. They bring it to us on a personal basis because they lived it, they were there. And that's something we'll never have. We weren't there. We're here now, so maybe kids will come to us one day. You know, I call myself the new old timer. That's what we all call, all us, my generation, Hillary and Tip and all these guys. We all say, oh yeah, we're the new old time. We're the old timers now. Just about. We're getting there. But it's so true. I just cherish them, and I know everybody does. And I have to tell you something, because I don't know if this happens to the other swing event producers, but I have my dance every single week. Rusty's dance, live music, people come, and every single week I cry. And I cry because it'll catch me, man, catch me. I'll be just sitting around looking at everybody, and first I just see, oh, look at everybody's having so much fun. They're all dancing here, and there's live music. Listen to how good they are. Oh, look at that 80-year-old woman with the 21-year-old guy, and they're both smiling and having the best time. Look at that 90-year-old man with the 32, and they're smiling just as anybody would smile with anybody dancing. They're all, and it just gets me. Yeah, every week.
All right, now you're getting me.
It does.
I do love that whole intergenerational.
Yeah, I will say, actually, what's great about swing dancing, what's really great is people, and it's swing dancing, it's tap dancing, it's jazz, it's the arts. People don't see race, they don't see gender, they don't see economic, they don't see la-di-da, they just see one thing. Hey, you want to dance? That's all they see. Yeah? Come on, let's go. And this has been true, you know, forever. I know this, that dance, jazz, swing dance, tap dance, jazz, these have been at the forefront of tearing down barriers in our countries. You know, race barriers, tearing them down at the forefront. This dance was before any of the other barriers started coming down. The integration between blacks and whites and that was well before baseball, well before all these other things started integrating. We're way ahead. You can be very proud of that.
You know, I didn't think I was going to ask you about it, and at the very beginning of when I started doing this, I wasn't sure if I was going to address race.